About to get into a moment in sports history that just breaks your heart. We're referring to the great thoroughbred racehorse, Ruffian.
Yeah, Ruffian was a filly, a female horse, who completely dominated her competition. And here's the way her jockey, Jacinto Vasquez, described her.
There was a different feeling ride a horse like her. She was like a dream. You get good painful, just move your hands, she used to take off. She was so smooth and so smart. She was big, she had a long neck, she was well all put together. Yeah. She used to do everything like a perfect lady. The only she was a little rough in the morning galloping, she was just thrown, not too many guys can gallop her. Huh. The boy used to get on her, he weighed about 160 pounds, and was the only one could handle in the morning. Nothing bothered her. Horses used to jump, horses get loose many times and go by her. She never moved. She just looked around.
Now, Wes, we all know that the females are the superior sex, right?
That is what my wife tells me.
Yeah, but in the horse racing game, it's not the case. According to expert handicapper Andrew Beyer, who created a system for rating the performance of thoroughbreds, the average winner of the fillies-only Kentucky Oaks is 5 lengths, or 1 second slower than the average male Kentucky Derby winner.
So what you're telling me is that male horses are marginally faster than the fillies.
Yeah, those are the cold hard facts. In fact, no filly in this century has won a Triple Crown race.
Ah, but Murph, there's always an exception to the rule. Or as they say, there's an exception to every rule, but none other than the trainer of Secretariat, Lucy Lauren, who had this to say about Ruffian at the time. As God is my judge, she may be better than Secretariat.
Yeah, think about that. That's a pretty amazing statement considering that Secretariat is considered the greatest thoroughbred in the history of the sport. But how to prove it? Well, put Ruffian against the greatest male racehorse, Foolish Pleasure, who had won the Triple Crown earlier that year.
Now remember, Murph, back in the mid-'70s, the whole male-female thing, that was a big deal. Remember the Battle of the Sexes tennis match? That was back in 1973, and it was a monster event, as we recall. But here we are 2 years later in 1975, and promoters had a similar idea, a Battle of the Sexes match race between Ruffian and Foolish Pleasure.
One telling side note, Ruffian's jockey, Jacinto Vasquez, who we heard from earlier, well, he also rode Foolish Pleasure to his Triple Crown wins. When asked to pick one for their match race, he chose Ruffian.
I think that Ruffian's going to win because she's the better horse.
Well, I pick Foolish Pleasure just because he's a male.
Ruffian because she's a female.
I like Foolish Pleasure because I'm a male chauvinist pig.
It is now post time. Foolish Pleasure on the outside goes for the lead. Ruffian along the inside up the challenge. Ruffian on the inside now gets for the front by a head. Foolish Pleasure on the outside is right there. She's in front by a head. He's on the outside. Now there's stride for stride. Down the backstretch, past the first quarter, Ruffian has the lead by a head. On the outside, Foolish Pleasure staying right with her. They continue down the backstretch. It's Ruffian on the rail in front by a head. Foolish Pleasure is on the outside and challenging. Now she's in front by half a length with Foolish Pleasure on the outside second. The first quarter in 22 1/5 seconds. Ruffian has broken down. Ruffian is stopped. Foolish Pleasure continuing.
Turns out Ruffian took a bad step right out of the gate and broke 2 small bones in her leg. And after that, they couldn't save her.
Yeah, well, this happened about 50 years ago, and there's still not much they can do to save a horse after such a catastrophic injury.
Yeah, unfortunately they can't. And it was a tragic ending for a powerful and majestic animal. As fate would have it, though, she was buried in the infield at Belmont Racetrack.